Hello, everybody. How we doing today? Blessed and grateful Wednesday. I'm so grateful and blessed that you are all joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Love the feedback. Keep it coming. It encourages me. It also helps me learn of what is resonating with you and what works and what doesn't. So I'm very thankful for that. So this one is a little different. And I thought about it pretty hard and I discussed it with a few people, just kind of throwing it out there of what I was thinking. And I am grateful and blessed to be me. I am grateful and blessed for me. I am extremely proud of myself for the steps that I have taken over the past few years and specifically the past year. One of my friends that took me out for dinner on my birthday, and I greatly appreciate her and all her help and feedback and encouragement and things of that nature. That it's been a year now. Yes, August 1st, 2022 is when I started the changing of what I put in my body and what I was eating and drinking and things like that. And the full spiritual wellness journey started on my 54th birthday, right around that time. And like I said before, is my father's birthday is the day before mine. So every birthday, he's strongly in my mind and in my heart. He is just present with me every birthday. And so around my 54th birthday, just a little over a year ago now, I just started feeling like there's more to this. There's a calling that I'm feeling. And, what is it? What am I feeling? Start journaling, start meditating, just little by little, it just kept growing. And then in January of this year, it just hit me like, that is my journey. It's not trying to find a better job or trying to, get married or whatever it is. Nothing aesthetic, nothing of the common, if you will, that I've always seeked in the past, or I've always tried to sought out in the past. This is the calling. The calling was to become as deeply spiritual as I can. It's something I feel. I can't explain it. I've tried to explain this journey to people, and it doesn't make sense to people. And as you all know, and if you don't, but you will, I'm a big Jay Shetty fan. And there's something that I listen to on a regular basis from him that kind of goes through things of this nature, where the people that are closest to you may not be your biggest supporters or may not understand, they're just trying to protect you. How are you going to do this? Like I retired from soccer. Well, that was a partial income for me. That's going to change my life. I don't hang out and I don't go do things as much as I will or used to, excuse me. So that's a big difference, and that's a change and adjustment. But the one thing that has been consistent is my growth and my commitment and my discipline to this. And I was writing this morning, and I had a solid writing session this morning. I woke up a little bit earlier, like around 4:15 again. It's kind of happening more than not that I wake up before my alarm. And so I just go down there, I make my coffee, and I start writing. And I have found myself more committed to this than anything I've ever been in my life. And I believe in it. I believe it to the core of my soul. And like I was saying, I can't explain it to people because people don't see what I see. People don't feel what I feel. They didn't live my life experiences. And looking back over my life, I've seen different places where this calling has been there. I just wasn't ready for it. Right? So I am very grateful for me. I am extremely grateful to be me right now. And again, that doesn't have to make sense to anybody. But I would encourage you all to look at yourselves and look at your lives and find things that you are proud of yourself for. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be small. It can be massive. It doesn't matter. We need to start being okay with celebrating ourselves. I would never have thought I was on this journey ever in my life. And I promise you, the people that know my past and my history, the same thing. That said, a lot of people that I've known have been encouraging me, have been following me, have been giving me good feedback and things like that. And an honest feedback, which I need. I don't mind honest feedback. If it's just, I haven't had the other side yet, and it may come or it may not, but I'm not worried about that. And I also know that their feedback, the encouragement, is from their heart, their love. And maybe they did see these glimpses in me that I never saw. So celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself. And be happy to be you. That is one thing that I think I've taken on more so here lately is I am extremely grateful to be me. No one else can tell this story. No one else has lived my life. No one else has had the successes and failures that I've had. No one else has had the exact journey that I've been on. And I know to my soul that I can help people, that I want to help people, that I want to give what I am taking on and learning. And the other part of that is I can't help people until I help myself. So the first step was helping myself. And that started with the eating and stuff. A really neat story that just, it almost got me emotional last night when it happened. I was in an environment where I wasn't going to get emotional. So anyhow, I was at the gym, and I've been doing this workout class a couple times a week. And that was my second time being at this particular class. And I was talking to the instructor, and she was just, I was expressing like, more classes, this, that. And she's like, well, what's your routine? So I told her kind of what's going on. And so she's like, well, hey, in this other studio, infrared lights, and I do a yoga class on these days and nights. And I was like, oh, that's phenomenal. Cause I want to get more into yoga and stretching. These are deep stretch classes, these that she's specifically talking about. And when she started explaining the class in the room, she saw my face and she's like, oh, have you been in there before? Cause I'm kind of new to the gym. And I said, yeah. So I go Wednesday nights, which is tonight. I'm going to be going there at 7:00 here for what's called Restore. And it's a yoga class that, and I'm so blessed with the lady who runs that. She just moved here recently, not too long ago. But anyhow, she's very instinctive on reading people and things. And the class isn't that big. So she starts talking to me here and there. And she's like, oh, so I kind of recognize that you practice meditation. And I was like, yeah, I absolutely do. So she's been kind enough to really kind of shape it more around what I enjoy, which is also how she enjoys the Restore class, which is we hit maybe 4 poses, maybe 4, sometimes 5, but 4 is typically, and we hold them for 10 to 15 minutes. And it's a deep stretch, but a very long, deep stretch in meditation and breathing. I absolutely adore it. So I go every Wednesday. So I was telling her, yeah, I absolutely do. And I told her, I said, I need to get back. I need to get more into yoga. I want to get more flexible and things like that. I said, but I want to get into it because I meditate regularly on the day. And she, without even hesitating, and this is the only second time she's ever met me. And she said, oh, that makes sense of why you have such kindness in your face. You can probably see I'm getting ready. It blew me away. I I was like, thank you. Just, wow. That, and there's been other moments of little things like that, but this is a person who doesn't know me from anything. And for her to give me that kind of it is a compliment, but for me, it's more than a compliment. Like, that's my life's work. That's what I'm really trying to become, is a kinder person, more empathetic, more loving, but just a kinder human being. And the fact that she just saw it in my face and she recognizes that within me, that was just, it meant the world to me. It really did. It helps me understand that my presence is enough when it's a positive, and that goes for all of us. If we all have a positive presence and a presence, and that positive comes from inside, from within, people notice, people recognize, and people change just by you being there. We all have it in us. I'm not special in this manner, right? I just found my calling and I heard it and I went for it. I urge you, listen to your calling, listen to your soul, listen to your gut, right? Listen to that deep, dark place inside you that is telling you and calling you to do something better and bigger than what you're doing now. We all have an innate ability in us. We were all born with something that we are supposed to do on this earth. I can't tell you what your story is. You have to find it. But that story's not that nagging voice in your head telling you that, oh, Susie's this and Steve's this and whatever, right? I'm better than this person. That's not the voice I'm talking about. I know you know the voice I'm talking about. It comes from such a place inside. You feel it to your bones. And the reason that most of us don't follow it is because it's scary. It's a fear. Well, what if I do this and people make fun of me? Or what if I do this and I look like a fool, or blah, blah, blah. You can just keep going with all those excuses and all those stories that you tell yourself, that you allow that voice to tell you yourself. It took me a long time to get in front of this camera. The person who took me out to dinner Monday, and I've talked about her before, helping me at work and things like that. Great friend, just helps me so much in all this, and she believes in me. And we had a great talk Monday about it. But I talked about it one time where I was like, I know she's probably thinking he's never going to do this, because I talked about it so much with her at first. So much in January, February. I was just so excited. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and blah, 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 blah. It just took me a long time. And it also took me, if you recall, the grace boundary, to give myself grace that it's okay if I'm failing. It's okay if I'm not setting them or hitting the mark that I'm setting. It's okay. As long as I'm still doing the work, the fruits will come. And this is absolutely the proof of that. And I have no intention of stopping. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know what this is going to end up being. I have zero expectations on that. I know that it makes me feel good. I know that I enjoy doing it. And I know that I can do this. And I know that I can help people see that they can do it too. Whatever their they is, or that is, excuse me, whatever their this is, right? Writing a book, podcast, starting a business, quitting your job and going and following another career path, going back to school, whatever it is, it's your story and you're hearing it in here. And I'm telling you, if you take the time to quietly sit within yourself, listen to your body, listen to your heart and soul, it will absolutely guide you to where you need to go. And then from there, it's courage. It's standing up to the fear and saying, you know what? I may fail at this. I may sound goofy sometimes. I'm speaking for myself, all right? I may not hit the mark exactly right on this, and my videos may not be this. I may mumble words. I may hit the wrong words. It's okay. I'm here and I'm showing up, and I've made that promise and I'm keeping those promises to myself. And I'm proud of myself. I'm very grateful and blessed that I finally got on this bus and started to follow my path and my journey and my love. I really am. So I hope that you find what you are grateful and blessed for. I absolutely love you all. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your evening, or whenever you're listening to this, I hope you have a phenomenal day. I'm Cory J. Riggs. As a reminder, on Sundays I drop my next episode. I have not made a topic for my next episode yet. Usually I have it by now. I've got a few ideas that are floating around. We'll come to that on Sunday. And every Wednesday we're going to do a blessed and grateful Wednesday. And I encourage you to sit down and try to find something in your life that you're blessed and grateful for, and do that every day if you can, as much as you can. The more gratitude you have, the more you will see the light shine from within. I love you all. Be blessed.